Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my 10 best perfume purchases of the year 2023 so far. So I know we're still very early in the year, but I have had some really amazing perfume finds this year, and a few of them have jumped up to the top of my list and are making it into like a top 10 for life. So in today's video, I'm really excited to share my thoughts on those fragrances with you, and today's video is also a giveaway video. So I'm going to be giving away decants of all of these perfumes to one lucky winner. I want people to be able to experience these perfumes, especially one of the ones that's in today's video that I know is a little bit more difficult to get in the US, and I thought what better way to do that than to do a giveaway. So one of you lucky viewers is going to win decants of all of the perfumes in today's video. All you have to do to enter is watch this video in its entirety, make sure that you leave me a comment down below, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel, and also head on over and follow me on my Instagram accounts. I have 2 accounts. I will leave them linked down below, so make sure that you're subscribed, leave me a comment down below letting me know which of these perfumes you are most excited to try, and head over and follow me on my Instagrams, and you will automatically be entered to win, and I will announce the winner later on this week. So with that out of the way, you guys, let's get started in today's video. Alright guys, so welcome back. Today I'm trying a little bit of a new filming method. I have my camera on a tripod instead of me holding the camera because it frees up my hands, and I think it's going to be a little bit easier for me to express myself and share my thoughts if I'm not constantly focusing on holding the camera and the fact that my hand gets very tired holding the camera. So hopefully this is a better viewer experience for you guys, a little bit less camera shake and all of that kind of stuff. I'm also drinking coffee from a new coffee mug. This one I actually ordered from AliExpress. I was kind of going for a more neutral color palette. I wanted everything to be sort of the same, like neutral shades and no more actual colors like blue or pink or anything like that for my coffee cup vibe. Anyways, this one's from AliExpress and I do really like it. But I do kind of wish it was beige, but it is still really cute, right? I like the little bubble handle. I like the little fluted sides. Super cute, and it still does go with my aesthetic, even though it is blue in color. So very cute. If you guys are interested, I will try to link it down below. This wasn't gifted to me or anything. I just bought this with my own money. And yeah, let's get into our perfumes. And also, if you guys hear any noise in the background, it's because yes, yet again, we've had another snowstorm and the guy is out there again removing snow. It's like, it's almost to the point now that like, if he's not out there removing snow, what is even, like, is this even a real day? I don't even know if things are right in the world. So he's just become like an extension of me, an extension of my life. He's like always here. So I do apologize in advance if you hear any kind of a noise. Let's get into today's video. Okay guys, so I'm going to go in no particular order, and I'm also not going to be sharing all of the notes that are in all of the perfumes because that'll take a really long time. I'm just going to tell you what they kind of smell like to me, the vibes that they give me, how much, you know, what I like to wear them for, and that kind of thing. And so this is actually the newest flanker from Black Opium. This is Black Opium Les Parfums from Yves Saint Laurent. So this is the newest flanker of the Black Opium line, and this one I think got actually quite a lot of hate when it first came out. A lot of people's reviews that I saw were not impressed with it. I sort of felt the same sentiment because for a Le Parfum concentration, I was expecting this to be bolder, stronger, even more intense compared to the other Black Opiums, and it really isn't. It's actually almost a little bit lighter because it has some solar notes in it, so it's almost like a summertime version of a Black Opium. This one also has a ton of vanilla, so in terms of all of the Black Opiums that I've tried, this one has the highest vanilla concentration, and I have to say, you guys, this is one of my most worn perfumes of 2023 so far. For some reason, like, you can't see where the dint is in here, but if you could see the dint, I think it would be like right about there. And for some reason, this is just a very easy grab and go perfume for me. It's just very, very pleasant. It's just very, very pleasant. It's very feminine. It's very pretty. It's very vanillic. It lasts in my clothing such a long time, you guys. Like if I put this on a Friday night on a lounge shirt or something, if I go back to wear that same lounge shirt on Sunday night or Monday night, this will still be on the shirt quite strongly. I don't need to spray a lot of it. At first I thought that it was a little bit lighter, but it has actually pretty good performance. And I think this is actually probably my favorite Black Opium flanker that has come out to date. So yeah, this one, honestly, you guys, I probably could have bought a large bottle. It just smells amazing. I really like it. It's very like everyday wearable, but also sexy enough that you could wear it for a nighttime kind of thing, a nighttime date kind of thing. That's what the bottle looks like. just a kind of a shiny but also matte because it doesn't have the sparkles, and I really like it. So yeah, this is one of my most worn of the year for sure, and this is definitely one of my best purchases so far of 2023. So my next best purchase of 2023, and again, I'm not really going in any particular order, this is just one of the ones I got a little bit earlier on in the year, and this is Xerjoff Ivory Root. So this is a spicy, woody vanilla fragrance. This has sort of that allspice vibe, like all the spices sort of from the kitchen cabinet, so to speak. It's sweet, it's spicy, it's a little bit gourmand, it's woody, it's very smooth, it's very creamy, it has a vanilla undertone to it. And there's just something about this perfume that is utterly addictive. It's so delicious, so beautiful, has such good performance. It's really not that expensive. You can get this perfume from discount websites, you guys. Like, I think I got mine from Fragrance Buy for like $150 or something like that. So literally cheaper than like YSL Libre. This one was even cheaper than that one, I think. So you don't have to pay an arm and a leg for these like slightly different, more unique niche fragrances. And what I love about this one is that it's warm and cozy and also smells sophisticated and super sexy, very addictive. It's the kind of perfume that people will chase you down to find out what it is that you're wearing. That's how I feel about this one. Oh, I just absolutely love it so much, you guys. And I also recently got Xerjoff Starlight. To be honest, I actually prefer this one to Starlight. Starlight is gorgeous as well. It's a different type of spice. One day I'll do a comparison and contrast video, but this one is definitely a different type of spice than Starlight. Starlight goes much more in the cinnamon, cardamom, clove direction. It's not, and it's very spicy. It almost even has a citrusy touch to it. This is a lot more like creamy, woody, smooth. And the name Ivory Root, this is going to sound weird, but when I see the word ivory and I picture what ivory looks like that creamy white color, to me, that's what this smells like. I don't know why I get that vibe or where I get that from, but it's probably just me being biased because of the word ivory being in the name, but that is the vibe that I get from this perfume. It just smells creamy and white and majestic and also very spicy and warm. And I have worn this one. I've given it like full day wear tests, and it has really good performance, and it's just one of those perfumes that when you wear it, you know you smell really good. So I really like this one. Definitely one of my best purchases of 2023, and that is Xerjoff Ivory Root. The next one is another more affordable one, and in this video I did try to do a good mixture of more affordable and more expensive because I know a lot of my perfume purchases lately have been more pricey, and I think that kind of pushes people away a little bit. But I've just kind of gotten to the point, like I mentioned in my last video, I've kind of gotten to the point with perfume where I'm sort of bored of a lot of designer scents. It takes a lot to impress me these days with designer perfumes, I think just because I've tried so many of them in the last like 3 years that I've been doing this. And I'm to a point now where I'm just not as easily impressed by the new designer releases. So I'm kind of trying to find more of those like slightly different perfumes that give me a little bit more unique factor and like wow me a little bit more. But this one is still pretty affordable. This is actually at a designer price point. This is Santal d'Anchat from Armani Privé. And this one is actually an eau de toilette concentration, but despite being an eau de toilette, it has very good performance. So don't let that deter you. I like it the way it is. I think this is a perfect sandalwood for spring and summer, and at the same time it still has a good sillage and a good projection, and it lasts a really long time. So I don't think this needed to be an eau de parfum. I think it's perfect just the way it is. Oh my gosh, I love this perfume. This is the first sandalwood dominant perfume that I can safely say I absolutely love. It makes me feel so expensive and so bougie. And if you're like me and you've tried Le Labo Santal 33 and that one didn't really work out for you for some reason, in my case, I mean, maybe one day I can go back and check out Le Labo Santal 33, but that one for me was just a little too much sandalwood, too woody, too creamy, went a little bit in that dill pickle direction for me. And Le Labo Santal 33 went a little bit in that direction. Never say never. I may revisit it one day and love it. Who knows? Because this is, like I said, this is my first sandalwood dominant perfume that I'm loving. But what I like about this one is it also has bergamot in the opening. It has quite a heavy dose of citruses in the opening, so it's quite fresh. And It's just absolutely stunning. I think there's also cardamom in this one. I'm not even sure off the top of my head what all the notes are. I think there's even a floral note in here as well. And this one for me just really smells like the perfect spring, summer sandalwood perfume. It smells expensive, it's beautiful, it's feminine. I think men or women could wear it equally, but I think personally that it goes a little feminine, just super sophisticated. And I got a compliment on this one the first day that I wore it. So like I said, this one is quite a good price point, great performance, and definitely one of my favorite new ones to my collection. I can see myself wearing this a lot during the summer. Yeah, I really, really like it, you guys. This one was kind of a like at first sniff, and then after I actually got a bottle and wore it, that was when I realized I really, really loved it. And it's going to shine in the warmer weather. So super excited for this one. This is Santal d'Anchat from Armani Privé. Okay, this next one is from Initio. This is Oud for Greatness. This is a perfume that I never imagined in 100 years I would ever have in my collection, because when I first started getting into perfumes, I smelled this perfume about 2 years ago. I had a sample. It didn't really speak to me because I wasn't into oud and I wasn't into these kind of perfumes. And by these kind of perfumes, I mean bold, loud, woody, unisex. Yeah, I just was not into it. I wasn't digging it, you know. I was more into those soft, easy grab and go, just less challenging perfumes, I call it. So like my designer scents, I was a little bit more about my Viktor and Rolf Flower Bomb and my Mon Guerlain, which I still am. Don't get me wrong. I still love Flower Bomb and Mon Guerlain. Those will never not be in my collection. But a perfume like this I just found way too challenging. And this is an oud fragrance. And it took me being ballsy essentially and deciding I'm going to just put a dab of my sample of this perfume on my skin just for fun, just to see, like, what's the worst that can happen? I'll wash it off. I'll hate it. Not a big deal. The opposite happened, you guys. I had just a tiny drop of this on my skin and it lasted me like literally 24 hours for one thing. And it smelled so incredible. I had to go out that night and run errands, and it was a pretty chilly night. It was like -10 Celsius, so it was a fairly cold night. And this thing just performed so beautifully. Every time I left the house, every time I got out of the car, walked into a building, I smelled this coming off of me. And it was just one of those perfumes that I knew I smelled amazing with this fragrance. So all right, so this is definitely an oud fragrance, but there's something special about it because there's also saffron in here, and I think there's also nutmeg. So the saffron that's in here lifts it up and elevates it and almost aerates it a little, makes it a little bit more airy. It just kind of adds this beautiful, unique, like elevated, cool vibrance about it. So it's no longer just this deep, dark, oudy, woody fragrance. It's very, very different. It's very unique. A lot of people consider this one of the best ouds out there. I would have to agree, and I'm not super experienced, but I can understand why people say this is like the greatest oud. I mean, the name is Oud for Greatness. It doesn't get much better than that. The bottle is fantastic. Even my boyfriend likes this one, and he is not really into a lot of niche fragrances, but even he says he really likes this one. And it just smells incredible. And it's unisex. A woman can wear this and she will smell like money. She will smell like a boss. She will smell expensive, beautiful, sophisticated, rich. But if a man wears this, it's literally like women will follow you to get your phone number. I feel like this perfume just will do wonders for anyone who wears it. And again, you guys, you don't have to pay an arm and a leg. Again, I think I got this from Fragrance Buy, and I think I paid like maybe $250, something like that. I'm not even sure, but it was not crazy expensive. If you go get this in Neiman Marcus or whatever, I think you're going to pay like $400. Don't pay full retail for this, you guys. Get it for a deal. You can definitely find discounts on this fragrance, and it's worth every penny. It's fantastic. Haven't had a lot of opportunity to wear this yet, just because I've been getting so many new perfumes lately, and because every week I have a new perfume to try, I just haven't had any time to just spend with my perfumes and figure out what am I going to like to wear, what am I gravitating toward. So I will definitely have to take a no-buy month, where maybe the month of April I don't buy any new perfumes, just so I can kind of just wear what I have. But anyways, this one makes me feel expensive. I'm going to wear this on vacation for sure. When I go away for trips, I'm going to wear this when I have days off. This is not work appropriate for me. Definitely not. I work in healthcare, not work appropriate. If I was a man in an office, maybe, but yeah, maybe in another life. But all right, on to my next purchase of 2023. This one I actually got fairly early on. I think I got this one in the beginning of February or maybe January. This is Maison Cier's Ombre Magic. So not only was this one of my best perfume purchases of 2023, this is definitely one of my best purchases of all time. And this is one of my best blind buy purchases. So it was a little bit expensive, but the notes looked fantastic. The reviews were all straight A's right across the board. And the bottle was absolutely stunning. So many things about this perfume, along with the fact that I know that Maison Cier, I've tried a lot of Maison Cier before. Maison Cier makes nothing but masterpieces. They're all fantastic. And so I knew that this one would be a pretty safe blind buy. So this one is an amber cardamom vanilla fragrance. It also has a little bit of orange blossom in it, and it has a tiny bit of orange in the opening. So it has a little bit of a citrusy, not even citrusy, a little bit of a sweet, tiny bit of a fruitiness in the opening, a little bit of a floral component, but it's mostly a beautiful ambergris vanilla cardamom fragrance. So this fragrance, you guys, is literally magic in a bottle. The name Ombre Magic is perfect. This is literally magic in a bottle. I've never smelled anything quite like this before. Probably one of the most expensive, definitely one of the best performing fragrances, and one of the best, just most beautiful fragrances I've ever smelled in my life. Wow, this thing is amazing, you guys. I can't even, like, this is mind-blowing. This is one of those perfumes that is mind-blowing. It's just incredible. It's sweet, it's ambery, it's vanillic, and it's a little bit animalic, sort of. It has this, like, not like in a dirty way, but just a very unique, because of that ambergris that's in here. Oh my God, you guys. I literally can't even help myself. I become speechless when I smell this perfume. Definitely one you have to get your nose on. You will not regret this. It's not challenging. Even for somebody who is new to the world of niche, this would be a great one to buy if you're looking to get your first niche fragrance and you're trying to think, where should I put my money? Niche is expensive. I want to spend, I want to get a $300 or $400 perfume. I want to get that perfume. I want to be that girl. I want to have people follow me around asking me what I'm wearing. I want to be the best smelling person in the room. I want a beautiful bottle that I can be proud of, a beautiful niche fragrance. This is the one, you guys. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with it. So what does this give me? This smells like an expensive night out. I would be hesitant to wear this during the day, every day, just because I wouldn't want to get sick of it, and I wouldn't want it to lose its specialness that it has about it. It's magic, it's specialty, because it does smell so expensive and so incredible. I wish that I went out more. I wish that I had more like black tie events to go to and more formal occasions, because this would be the one I would pick for those occasions. It smells that way. But at the same time, why not wear this all the time? Why not get compliments all the time? So yeah, wow, it's just amazing. You have to try this one. Definitely one of the best ones I've gotten this year. Amber, vanilla, but very special, very magical. I don't know what they put in this stuff. I don't know what Alberto Mariaz puts in his creations, but he has something in here that is magic. So that is Ombre Magic from Maison Cier. All right, the next one is from Kayali. This one is a little bit more affordable again, and this is definitely one of my best purchases of 2023. I'm obsessed with this fragrance, you guys. So this one also got a little bit of sort of hate on social media platforms. I think because this is quite a departure from a lot of the stuff that Kayali has put out before, and a lot of Kayali's audience are just not, I think, the correct market for this type of fragrance. So this is Kayali Royal Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli 64. This is an oud patchouli sugary vanilla fragrance. This is meant to be sort of like the more intense older sister, or not older, but the more intense sister to Vanilla 28. People were asking for a more intense Vanilla 28. This was their response. However, this also really reaches toward their Middle Eastern roots, and definitely includes some notes that are a little bit more challenging for the average person. So it's not something that I think most people in like Mona Katon and Kayali's and Huda Beauty's typical audience are going to smell and love at first sniff, or even really like, or even want to take the time to understand. Had I smelt this a couple years ago, I don't think it would have been my cup of tea. But I have started liking a little bit more oud in my fragrances. I've started liking a little bit more Middle Eastern smelling fragrances, and I've been trying to expand my palette, and I'm just, like I said, kind of bored of a lot of designer scents that are out there. And this one for me, you guys, when you first spray this, definitely it is boozy, it's rummy, it's patchouli, it's sweet. Man, I love this thing. I love this thing so much. I honestly don't even know, like, it's incomprehensible to me how somebody couldn't like this. Like, that's how much I love this. This was actually my vacation scent when I went away on vacation in January. And what I did was I actually layered this with the original Vanilla 28, but it was mostly this one because, let's not kid ourselves, Vanilla 28 doesn't have the best lasting power. This thing is a monster. This thing will last. It projects. It fills a room. I literally sprayed the clothing in my suitcase. I literally just took it and sprayed the clothes in my suitcase before I left. And all of my clothing smelled like this for my entire trip. And not only that, but when we got to the Airbnb, the entire bedroom where my suitcase was smelled like this, just from opening my suitcase. So I didn't even have to spray this once on my trip, and it did me for the entire trip. And I smelled luxurious and beautiful, and it just was the perfect vibe. So this is sweet. It's oudy, it's woody, it's very gourmand in my opinion. It smells delicious, it smells good enough to eat. But then there's also this super sophisticated, elegant oud that's in here as well. I'm obsessed with this, you guys. I love it so much. It's so gorgeous. I just don't even understand how people can't like this. But like I said, and I've seen this reiterated in a couple of other videos as well, if people are not into oud and they're not into niche and they're not into Middle Eastern fragrances, this just is not going to rub them the right way. That's just the way it is. And the reality is that a lot of Kayali's audience was expecting literally a more intense version of Vanilla 28. They weren't expecting oud and patchouli and everything else. But I think this is a masterpiece fragrance. They did a great job with this. This one and Vanilla 28 are my two favorite releases of all time from Kayali. This one is definitely one of my best purchases, you guys. I love this. Like, this could be a signature scent layered with Vanilla 28, incredible. And I would say too, if you're testing this, don't just put it on paper. You have to put this one on your skin, and you have to give it a full day wear, and don't go crazy with it. Just do one light mist on your wrist and just like give it a full day wear. If you don't think you smell like the most expensive, elegant person in the room, you can come for me. So that is Vanilla Royal Sugar Patchouli. I'm glad that people are not selling this out, because guess what? I will buy another bottle. So more for me. All right, the next fragrance is another one that I discovered when I was actually on vacation. I didn't buy a bottle until I got home, and I still had the tester strip with me from when I was on vacation. And this is one I didn't want to rush into because I knew that I liked it in the store, but I was trying to be a good girl and not go crazy and purchase every perfume that I liked. I wanted to take my time. I wanted to really make sure that it was going to be something that I liked once I actually bought the bottle. I've been really trying to take more time with my perfumes this year, really test them, really sample them out before I make a decision. So unfortunately, I didn't have a sample of this one. I just had it on a strip, a piece of paper. And that strip, you guys, still smelled just as strong on like day 5 with this perfume as it did the first day I sprayed it. So this is Christian Louboutin's Loubi Prince. Comes in this really amazing bottle, very elaborate and exorbitant. It has like this gold cap on it, but it's like an orangey gold. It's very unique. And then the bottle is very ambery. And the look of this bottle perfectly suits the fragrance that's inside. And at the top, you have a snake head that is also in the shape of a Christian Louboutin heel. So very on brand for Christian Louboutin. I'm going to take the cap off. Ooh, I have to take the cap off because it's very heavy. So this is your bottle without the cap. It's exquisite. And oh my gosh, I love this so much, you guys. So this is labdanum, tonka bean, and sandalwood. So just to see those notes, this did not make me want to go buy a bottle. I've actually had somebody in a comment recommended this to me Like a few months ago, they said, you have to try Louboutin, it's beautiful. I apologize, I can't remember who left that comment, but thank you for piquing my interest. But to look at those notes, I wouldn't think I wanted to buy this bottle. Labdanum, sandalwood, and tonka bean. That does not sound enticing to me in the slightest. Labdanum can go either in a warm, kind of a vanillic, ambery direction, but it can also go in like a leathery, kind of animalic direction. It just depends on how it's done. Tonka bean for me, it really depends. In here, however, my God, is this gorgeous. This is just absolutely stunning, you guys. Definitely go get your nose on this one if you like those kind of ambery, warm, vanillic perfumes. I don't get a lot of sandalwood per se. For me, I think this is mostly about labdanum and tonka bean. So it's a little vanillic, it's unisex, it's woody, it's warm, it has a bit of a sweetness to it, not sugar sweet, but like vanilla sweet. My God, it just smells incredible. This smells expensive too. This is one of those perfumes that will make you feel expensive if you wear it. And also it reminds me of my vacation. And I know I always say that, you guys, but I live in like small town Canada. So it's a big deal for me to feel expensive. It's a big deal for me to have that like Rodeo Drive, you know, luxury shopping feeling, because I don't get to experience that very often. This perfume gives me that feeling. This is the perfect perfume to spray on a beautiful overcoat or a pea coat or something. High heels, expensive leather handbags, expensive dinners, shopping trips, going for coffee, going to the high-end boutiques. That's the feeling that this gives me. It's just amazing. And I love the way that it smells. Super expensive, super chic. Yeah, so wow. It's, you guys, this is so good. There's a lot of really good perfumes in this video. I'm trying to contain my excitement because I just get too excited talking about my favorite perfumes. But this is one to check out. Okay, so here we have a more recent purchase. This is Tiziana Terenzi Orza. Again, this is a little bit more of an expensive perfume, but you can find this if you look around for discounts, if you look around for coupons. You guys, I actually found this one at Max Aroma, and I found a 30% off coupon for this one. I don't know if that coupon is still available, but it saved me 30% on a 100 ml bottle of Orza. That is huge. That is a lot of savings because this is an expensive fragrance. You can also, if you want to get it from a place like So-Avant-Garde, I do have a discount code for you guys. I'll put that down below. And if you want to get it from a place like Fragrance Buy, you can also save quite a lot of money on Fragrance Buy. You just have to look out for it coming back in stock. So I think right now it's sold out on Fragrance Buy. But what I do when I'm looking for an expensive perfume on Fragrance Buy is I just put my name on the email notification list, and then I'll get an email notification as soon as it comes back in stock, and I'll purchase it. And just like that, you save yourself like literally a couple $100s. It is pricey. I would not pay full price for this. It's ridiculous. So it's a good perfume, but I still don't think I would pay full price. So don't pay full price. So this is Orza, and it comes in this absolutely beautiful bottle. It's this kind of peachy pink bottle, and it has a starfish on the top and a little label in the front. The label is made of leather, very pretty. And this is what it looks like without the cap. So this is the fragrance itself. This one, you guys, for me, it was between this one and Talea. Talea is the one in the turquoise bottle. And the difference between this one and Talea is that Talea is more of a fruity floral. It has hawthorn in it. I can't remember what all of the other floral notes. I know there's hawthorn. And that one is more of a pear, rose, hawthorn, like fruity floral fragrance. Talea opens a little bit more like an Herba Pura, and it kind of stays a little bit more Herba Pura-ish. Herba Pura is another one I kind of want to go back and revisit because it's been about 2 years since I've smelled Herba Pura, and at the time I smelled it again, it was too niche for me. It was too different for me. I just wasn't ready for it, but I remember thinking I'd never smelled anything like it, and I did like it. I just didn't like it enough to buy a bottle. So this one and Talea also open with an Herba Pura type of fruity freshness. And honestly, all of the Tiziana Terenzi perfumes do have this underlying fruity freshness about them. I don't know what it is, unless they're obviously the vanilla type. But a lot of their like fruity floral fragrances open with an Herba Pura type of a fruity vibe. They all kind of smell a little like Herba Pura in the opening, to my nose. I don't know why. It's just something that they put in their fragrances. So this one does open that way. Yeah, it definitely does smell a little like Herba Pura when I first spray it. And if you look on Fragrance Cut, a lot of people are going to say, don't waste your money, get Herba Pura. A lot of people will say that in the comments. I feel like those people didn't actually wear this on their skin because if you put this on your skin, yes, this opens up very fruity, a little bit floral. There's coconut, there's plum, there's orchid. I think there's orange in here. There's a bunch of floral notes. And then this also starts to dry down and become a little bit vanilla and caramel. So in my opinion, this smells like a fruity cocktail, like a fruity summer cocktail drizzled with caramel and vanilla. So this definitely does warm up. It becomes more vanilla, it becomes more caramel. It almost becomes like sexy in a way. So it's fruity, it's fresh, it's perfect for spring and summer. This is going to be absolutely perfect for summer vacations, the high heat of the summer, when you're wearing a really nice dress, you're going out for dinner, you've got your pretty handbag, you feel like $1,000,000 and you want to smell like $1,000,000 in the summer. This is your girl. Yeah, she's just amazing, you guys. I'm so happy that I'm finally starting to develop a taste for the Tiziana Trenzy perfumes, because up until this point, I just didn't really like that underlying DNA. I'm finally starting to appreciate the underlying DNA in the Tizianas that somehow smells like a little bit like Herba Pura. So I feel like these days I might even also like Herba Pura. I probably will revisit that one. That one's definitely more affordable than this one by a lot. I think Herba Pura retails, well, not retails, but you can get it on discount for like $150, again, fragrance buy. So if you're looking for something that will give you a similar vibe to this, but isn't quite the same, definitely check out Herba Pura. It is similar. Again, I haven't smelled it in a long time, but if you want to go all out and get that $1,000,000 feel, this is one I definitely recommend. Very feminine and really warms up on my skin and just becomes literally so addictive. Okay, you guys, we are on my second perfume, my second last perfume of the video. I struggled which one I would put in first place. Actually, I don't know if any of them can be really in first place. They're all amazing. But this one would definitely be up there in terms of one of the best purchases, definitely, which I guess is why it's in this video. This is Clive Christian's Blonde Amber. So this is another pretty penny. Again, don't pay full price, you guys. I got this for 30% off on Max Aroma, and you can also get it from So-Avant-Garde for 15% off if you use my discount code, which I'll put down below in the description. I don't know where else you can get it at a discount because I looked for it on all the discount websites. I couldn't find it. But don't pay full price for this perfume, please. It's ridiculously expensive, but it is worth it at a discount. Blonde Amber, you guys. This one is the fragrance that I feel like if you have, you don't need any other boozy vanilla. So for example, Tom Ford's Vanille Fatale, little bit Tobacco Vanille sort of, although it's quite different from Tobacco Vanille. But in my opinion, it's better than those two. It's a little bit like Black Orchid, but better. It's a little Killian Angel Share, but better. So this is a floral, amber, woody, vanilla, boozy fragrance. This has notes of cardamom, there's ginger, there's dried fruit, there's sandalwood, there's woody notes, there's white tobacco, there's floral components in here. I think there's tuberose. I don't get a lot of tuberose. There's tonka bean, there's myrrh, there's patchouli, there's rum, there's olibanum, there's bitter orange. There's so many different notes in here. Wow, you guys, this is a complete masterpiece. Absolutely incredible. I don't know how they figured out what to put in here or what ratio, but all of the millions of notes that are in here combined to make this thing the best boozy vanilla I think I've ever smelled in my life. This beats out for me Vanille Fatale. This beats out all of the boozy woody vanillas I've ever smelled. It's worth the hype. I would not have paid for this bottle if it wasn't worth the hype. So this is one that I had a sample of, and just one time wearing that sample was enough for me. I couldn't forget about it. I couldn't stop thinking about it. It was on my mind until I ordered it. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Oh, it's so nice. Unisex, definitely leaning either way. Men and women can both wear it equally. I don't think that it leans one way or the other. It has a sweet vanillic nature to it. It's just super seductive and super sexy. Great for a night out, not office friendly. Yeah, it's just incredible. If you want to smell like the most seductive, enticing person in the room, this is the one that you need. And although this is expensive, the way that I think you can justify it is if you take a couple of your other boozy vanillas that maybe you like, but they're not like, you don't need them forever and ever, sell them, trade them with somebody, whatever, or just don't buy, the other boozy vanillas that are on your list. this is the one that you need, I'm telling you, or at least that's how I view it. Like with this one, I don't feel like I need to buy any other boozy woody vanillas, especially because it's a very particular type of perfume. It's not the type of perfume that I'm gonna wear on an everyday basis. It's night out, it's sexy, it's date night, it's going out in the evening, it's going for drinks after work, it's that type of thing. This is not something, well, maybe not after work, a little bit later than that. This is not something I'm gonna wear on a regular basis, so it's also gonna last a long time, and I don't need a whole bunch like this. So that's kind of how I justify, like, yeah, it's pricey, but if you think about what it is and the purpose it serves, it's that fragrance. It is the like Bentley of boozy woody vanilla fragrances. It's amazing. So that is Clive Christian Blonde Amber, definitely worth the hype. All right, and this wouldn't be a best purchases of 2023 if I didn't include my beloved Baby Cat from Yves Saint Laurent. So this one, I know this is harder to get in the States, you guys, but actually after doing some digging, I do believe that I found this is available on a certain website. I think it's Scent Split. It's one of the decant companies. You can get samples and you can also order a full bottle. I don't know why, but they've made this really difficult to get in the States. You can get this in Canada. I got this from Holt Renfrew in Canada, and it came in like 3 days, and it was just super easy to find. So I'm really disappointed that you can't get it very readily in like the US. And I also heard it's hard to get in the UK too. So I don't know why they did that, like what the rationale was. Maybe they made it specifically for like one region, or maybe they're discontinuing it. I heard through the grapevine it's discontinued. I really hope not, because this is one that is backup bottle worthy, and I don't want to spend the money on it right now to get a backup bottle. So this is a spicy, incensey, leathery vanilla fragrance. There is a lot of incense in here. There's olibanum, there's elemi resin, there's black pepper, pink pepper, there's saffron, there's suede, there's a tiny bit of cedar, and then there is a lot of bourbon vanilla. And okay, so at the atomizer and when you first spray this perfume, it's that incense really is the center of the show. It takes over. It is the star of the show. Once you actually put this on your skin and it dries down, the bourbon vanilla becomes the star. The incense still stays there throughout the duration of the fragrance, which makes it special. It's not just a straight up run-of-the-mill vanilla. It is a super sexy, super sultry, addictive, intoxicating vanilla fragrance that, again, this is the type of perfume people will follow you around to ask what you're wearing. I haven't seen a single review on this perfume that the person didn't like it. And that was what really enticed me. This was a blind buy, by the way. And that was what really enticed me to get it. First of all, the name Baby Cat and the juice, everything about it, it just looks like something interesting. It looked, you know, warm and cozy, and the name Baby Cat intrigued me. I thought that's an interesting name for a fragrance. And I started looking at reviews. Everyone seems to like this perfume. Not a single person has given it a bad review. That was enough to make me want to purchase this fragrance. And I don't regret it for a second. This is definitely one of my best purchases of the year. Haven't had enough opportunity to wear it yet. I wish I could spray this on my skin right now, but I don't want to make it my scent of the day. Although maybe later I will. I don't know. This is a date night one for sure. This is one that I want to wear when I have an evening, going out for dinner, going out for drinks. Not that I drink, but you know, going out for Coke Zero or something. Weekend away, weekend getaway, evening in with your partner. It's very cozy. It's very sexy. It's very enveloping. Has great performance. Yeah, it's mostly a vanilla perfume. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Wow, it's so good. It's mostly a vanilla perfume, but it also has a lot of pepper and incense, and that's what makes it really special. There is a little bit of a leather, like a suede component in here as well, which really helps to round out that incense and give it this buttery feel. I also did a video comparing and contrasting this to Rosendo No. 5, if you guys haven't seen that one. Rosendo No. 5 is like, some days I think I like it, other days I can't handle it. But I think that that one also is really, really nice. It just has a little bit of this like burnt rubber feel for me when I first spray it, this burning rubber thing in the Rosendo that I don't know if I would be able to get over that, but I still do have my decant. I'm going to keep playing with the Rosendo, but for me, you guys, this one is leaps and bounds. Like in my opinion, I like this one a lot better than the Rosendo. So I'm not usually a huge fan of straight up incensey fragrances, but this one is the first like incense heavy fragrance that I have fallen in love with, and it's worth every penny. Absolutely love it. Definitely recommend it. I will try to find a place down below to link it for those who are interested. So yeah, that is the last one in today's video, and that is another amazing buy for 2023. So that was it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget as well, if you want to enter to win my decant giveaway, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Make sure you leave me a comment down below telling me which of these fragrances you would be most excited to try, and also make sure you head on over and follow me on both of my Instagrams, and you will automatically be entered to win. And that's it for today. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.